FIFA! The organization that claims to love the beautiful game but has more skeletons than a Halloween store. From billion-dollar bribes and headbutts to greenwashing, gender pay gaps, and projectile spit, FIFA's history is a non-stop circus of corruption, controversy, and chaos. Whether it's cheating players, rigged draws, or environmental disasters, no one is safe from scandal. Strap in, because we're about to break down everything wrong with FIFA. Sorry to interrupt, but if you love shocking FIFA scandals and outrageous football moments, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Thanks. Unequal pay, unequal play. FIFA loves to say they support women's football until it's time to hand out the checks. In 2023, the Women's World Cup prize money reached $110 million. Sounds impressive, right? Until you realize the men's 2022 World Cup prize pool was a staggering $440 million. That's not just a gap, that's a canyon. FIFA president Gianni Infantino bragged about the increase like he just ended centuries of injustice, but in reality, the women's payout is still a quarter of the men's. This is despite record-breaking TV audiences, massive sponsorships, and the fact that the women's tournament is growing faster than men's in terms of global attention. Players and fans alike have pointed out the hypocrisy. FIFA rakes in billions. But when it comes to gender equality, suddenly the vault looks a little empty. And let's not forget, women had to fight just to avoid playing on artificial turf in 2015. Equal pay? Not even close. FIFA's motto might as well be, "The future is female," as long as we can pay her 75% less. Playing footsie with fascists. FIFA has always insisted football is above politics, which is hilarious considering their track record of cozying up to authoritarian regimes, like it's speed dating for dictators. Italy, 1934? Mussolini basically used the World Cup as his personal campaign ad, complete with intimidation and rigged refereeing. But hey, nothing screams fair play like Il Duce looming over the pitch. Fast forward to 1978, and Argentina's military dictatorship turned their World Cup into a PR festival while conveniently disappearing tens of thousands of citizens behind the scenes. FIFA's response? Wow, what a wonderful host nation. They weren't promoting football, they were normalizing fascism, one tournament at a time. For an organization supposedly committed to human rights, FIFA seems to treat dictatorships the way some people treat Starbucks. Always a good idea no matter how unethical. Hosting in democratic stable countries? Boring. Hosting in repressive states desperate for global legitimacy? Now that's FIFA's sweet spot. It's almost as if their motto should be, "For the game, for the glory of dictators." Turf Wars. Yes, the 2015 Women's World Cup. The tournament where FIFA decided women don't deserve grass. For the first time in World Cup history, matches were forced onto artificial turf. A move so insulting, it sparked a lawsuit from players like Abby Wambach. Why? Because FIFA would never dare subject the men to fake grass. Turf burns, higher injury risks, and playing on what feels like melted plastic in summer heat. What's not to love? FIFA shrugged and basically said, "Deal with it, ladies." Imagine Lionel Messi slipping around on a Costco carpet roll in a men's World Cup. Unthinkable. Yet for women, it was apparently fine. The players called it sexist, and they were right. The symbolism was brutal. Men got pristine stadiums, women got AstroTurf that belonged in someone's backyard barbecue setup. And FIFA had the audacity to spin it as innovation. Translation, it was cheaper. Nothing says equality like cutting corners because the players don't have testicles. Despite the outrage, the tournament still delivered great football, but the legacy remains. The world's biggest sporting body treated half its players like second-class athletes. No politics, please. Yes, FIFA. The organization that apparently thinks rainbow armbands are the biggest political crisis since the Cold War. Players tried to wear One Love armbands in Qatar to support LGBTQ rights, and FIFA responded like someone caught their teenager sneaking out. Instant punishment. Fines, warnings, even threats of yellow cards. Because nothing screams fair play like punishing players for caring about human rights. Meanwhile, FIFA conveniently ignored the actual politics, like Qatar's, record on human rights, labor laws, or the fact that the stadiums were basically built with modern-day slavery. But sure, let's draw the line at wrist accessories. It's like banning seatbelts because they're too political while the car is already on fire. And the irony? FIFA's official slogan is "for the game." For the world, apparently, they meant only the part of the world that doesn't ask uncomfortable questions. So, players trying to show solidarity get slammed, while FIFA executives are out here signing billion-dollar deals with authoritarian regimes like it's Black Friday. If hypocrisy was a sport, FIFA would have won the World Cup decades ago. Qatar cash grab. Qatar hosting the 2022 World Cup made about as much sense as putting a snowman in the Sahara. But hey, when you have enough money to make it rain on FIFA executives, suddenly desert climate turns into ideal football conditions. The bidding scandal was a masterpiece in corruption theater. Leaked documents, suspicious payments, and whispers of votes being bought like clearance candy after Halloween. The FBI even stepped in, which tells you how bad it got. America doesn't even like soccer, yet somehow became the moral referee here. And FIFA's defense? Basically, we investigated ourselves and found nothing wrong. Shocking, I know. Never mind that Qatar had no football history, no infrastructure, and weather so hot you could cook an egg on the pitch. The real selling point was cash. Lots and lots of it. Billions poured into lobbying, development, and God knows what else. And FIFA swallowed it all faster than a player taking a dramatic dive. The result? Fans had to deal with stadiums in the middle of the desert, beer bans, and air-conditioned venues that felt more like giant microwaves. But hey, who cares about fans or fairness when the bank account looks like Cristiano Ronaldo's goal tally? Blatter the Messiah. Enter Sepp Blatter, the man who turned FIFA into his personal kingdom of corruption and still thought people loved him for it. He finally resigned in 2015 after a bribery scandal so big it made Wall Street look like Girl Scouts selling cookies. But the highlight reel of Blatter's leadership is a comedy in itself. Suggesting women's soccer would be more popular if players wore tighter shorts? Because nothing says women's empowerment like turning the pitch into a Victoria's Secret runway. Then came the comparisons. This man compared himself to Nelson Mandela, Jesus, and even Napoleon. Honestly, if humility was a crime, Blatter would have been on death row. Under his reign, FIFA became a clown car of scandals. Vote buying, backroom deals, secret bribes, you name it. And the man still tried to act like a visionary leader, like Moses leading football to the promised land, except the land was a Swiss bank account. He wasn't even subtle about it. His presidency was like a bad reality show, drama, corruption, sexism, and a main character who thought he was the second coming of Christ. Spoiler, he wasn't. Unless Christ also took bribes in brown envelopes. Blood on the pitch? You know what's better than a shiny new stadium? Building it on the backs of thousands of dead workers. Qatar's World Cup preparations came at a horrifying human cost. Reports estimate thousands of migrant workers from countries like Nepal, India, and Bangladesh died while constructing the infrastructure. We're talking unsafe working conditions, insane heat, passports confiscated, and wages withheld. Basically, modern slavery with a FIFA stamp of approval. Families were left grieving while Qatar shrugged and FIFA whistled, pretending not to notice the body count piling up behind the gleaming arenas. When asked about the deaths, Qatari officials gave the most tone-deaf responses imaginable, at one point claiming the number was only 3 related to stadium construction. Yeah, because apparently the other workers who collapsed while building roads, hotels, and transport systems for the World Cup don't count. That's like saying the Titanic was a success because technically one lifeboat made it. FIFA, meanwhile, stayed quieter than a VAR ref during a penalty appeal. No outrage, no accountability, just business as usual. And business in this case was a football festival literally built on graves. It turns out, for the game, for the world, was missing a line. For the profits, forget the people. The headbutt heard round the world. Forget the goals, forget the saves. The 2006 World Cup final is remembered for one thing. Zinedine Zidane turning his bald head into a guided missile and launching it straight into Marco Materazzi's chest. This wasn't just a headbutt. This was Zidane's retirement party gift to football. One moment, he's the captain of France in the biggest game of his life. The next, he's sent off like a drunk uncle at a wedding. And the best part? He did it in extra time of a tied final. Talk about a legacy move. Materazzi, of course, played the victim with the grace of a man auditioning for Italy's national diving team. The fallout. Italy went on to win in penalties, France went home heartbroken, and Zidane cemented himself as a meme before memes were even cool. Sure, Materazzi admitted later he insulted Zidane's sister, but still, headbutting someone on the world stage is basically the nuclear option. The funniest part? FIFA actually awarded Zidane the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player. So, moral of the story, you can assault someone in front of 1 billion viewers and still be voted most valuable. Only in FIFA's world could violence and excellence coexist so perfectly. Argentina's Miracle Six-Pack. The 1978 World Cup was supposed to showcase Argentina's love for football. Instead, it showcased their love for sketchy scorelines. Needing to beat Peru by 4 goals to reach the final, Argentina magically won. 6-0. Convenient, right? Rumors swirled immediately. Peru's Argentine-born goalkeeper Ramon Quiroga just happened to be between the posts, Peruvian players suddenly forgot how to defend, and Argentina suddenly looked like peak Brazil for one suspicious night only. Conspiracy theories spread like wildfire. Did Argentina's ruling military junta cut a deal? Were political pressures, or let's be real, good old-fashioned bribes involved? Nobody ever proved it, but the stench of match fixing was thicker than the smog in Buenos Aires. Even Peruvian officials later admitted political influence might have been at play. The optics were so bad it made WWE storylines look authentic. And of course, Argentina went on to win the World Cup on home soil, which for them was a fairy tale. For everyone else, it was like watching a magician pull a rabbit out of a hat, except the rabbit was wearing an "I was bribed" t-shirt. To this day, that 6-0 victory is one of football's most suspicious miracles. The kind that makes you wonder if FIFA's motto should be, "For the game, for the fix." Rivaldo's Hollywood debut. The year is 2002. Brazil is on their way to another World Cup title. But before lifting the trophy, Rivaldo decides to show off his acting chops. During a group stage match against Turkey, Rivaldo was waiting for a corner when Hakan Ünsal kicked the ball in frustration. The ball hit Rivaldo in the leg. So naturally, Rivaldo collapsed, clutching his face like he'd just been sniped from the stands. Theatrics so bad, it would have been rejected from a daytime soap opera. The ref bought it, of course, and Ünsal was shown a red card. Rivaldo later admitted he exaggerated, which is a nice way of saying, "I straight up faked it." FIFA fined him. Wait for it. $6,500. That's pocket change for a guy playing at the top of world football. The fine was basically FIFA saying, "Don't do that again, but also thanks for the ratings." Rivaldo still went on to win the World Cup, proving you can cheat, flop, and fake injuries on the biggest stage in sports and still walk away with a medal. To this day, his name is synonymous with overacting. Honestly, the only thing missing was a director's chair and an Oscar acceptance speech. Bribes, bids, and banknotes. If you thought FIFA's corruption began with Qatar, oh, sweet summer child, let me introduce you to the World Cup bidding process. South Africa 2010. secured with a casual $10 million in bribes. Russia 2018 and Qatar 2022, a buffet of vote-selling scandals involving executive committee members Reynald Tamari and Amos Adamu, who were literally caught on tape offering to sell their votes. FIFA's excuse, shock and outrage, followed by doing absolutely nothing until the FBI kicked down their door years later. The organization claimed it was all above board, but when multiple members are banned for corruption, maybe it's not the beautiful game. It's the profitable scam. FIFA turned hosting the World Cup into the world's most expensive yard sale. Bring your billions, buy a tournament, and don't ask too many questions. Transparency, integrity, never heard of them. And there you have it. Despite all the scandals, controversies, and absurd moments, we still can't look away from FIFA because football is too thrilling to quit. What do you think of FIFA? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.